Imagine that your mind is a troubled ocean. Waves of fear, storms of thought, hurricanes of doubt. You try to swim, but you're being sucked into the abyss. What if I told you that there is a way to get free? Not meditation, not escapism, but 7 age-old Zen practices that will teach you how to destroy your mind in minutes. Are you ready to stop fighting and start living? 1 second. Are you thinking esotericism again? Number, it's not magic. It's the science of attention that the Buddha practiced 2,500 years ago. And it works the same way today as it did then. But here's the thing. These methods are not for the weak. They require the courage to face your chaos. When you're ready, we'll begin. Why do 98% of people quit these practices after the first try? Because they don't know the life hack. Desolation is not about suppression. It's about the art of acceptance. In this video, you're not just going to learn 7 techniques. You'll go through them. Each one is like a hammer blow to your chains. And yes, you'll feel different by the end of the video. I promise. Do you ever feel like your mind is an overloaded computer that's about to freeze up? The constant noise of thoughts, worries, and plans? What if I told you that there is a way to rescue from this chaos in just 7 steps? Yes, it's not magic. It's Zen. And today, I'm going to reveal the secrets that monks have been keeping for centuries. Are you ready to hit reset? Then don't blink. This next clip will change everything. Warning, if you watch the clip to the end, your brain will try to sabotage the change. It will whisper, that won't work. But remember, that's the voice of fear, not reason. Exercise 1. Kill the clock. How to stop being a slave to the minute hand. Zen masters compare time to the wind. You can't catch it, but you can learn to sail under its sail. The Buddha said, the past is a memory, the future an illusion. The present is the only place where you are free. Modern man has made time his jailer, but there is a way out, to become its ally. Stone Age Test 1. Choose a stone. For beginners, a smooth stone will do. It can be a river pebble. Advanced, rough, with rough edges so you can feel every bristle. 2. Set a timer. 1 minute, first time. 5 minutes, for those ready for a deep dive. 3. Close your eyes and press the stone into the palm of your hand. Concentrate on its temperature. Is it cold or warm? Feel its weight. Does it pull your hand down, or is it almost weightless? Imagine what it looks like. The color, the cracks, the imprint of time on its surface. 4. When the timer rings, ask yourself, was I here, or was I mentally running somewhere else? If the rock becomes part of your hand, you win. If not, do it again tomorrow. Natural clock. Life hack. Replace digital deadlines with nature's rhythms. Meeting at 2 p.m. when the sun is over the oak tree in the parking lot. Dinner at 7 p.m. after the crickets sing. Why does it work? The brain is evolutionarily programmed to respond to natural cycles. Abstract numbers cause stress, while sunshine over oak trees brings us back to our roots. Brian, a Wall Street trader, wore a $20,000 watch but woke up in a cold sweat every night. His breakthrough came in the mountains where he lost the watch. I looked at the sunset and realized that it wasn't time passing. It was me running away from myself. Now he sets his alarm for when the shadow of the cactus touches the doorstep. And he sleeps like a baby. Exercise 2. Burn your list. why your dreams have become a cage. The Buddha taught, attachment to desires is the root of suffering. We make lists of goals as if life were an exam to be passed with an A. But Zen offers a different way. Don't strive to get better, go deeper. The fiery test of liberation. 1. Take a piece of paper and a pen in the color red. Red simply heightens the emotional response. 2. Write down 3 goals that have haunted you for years. Example, lose 15 pounds, buy a house on the beach, get a promotion. 3. Read them out loud while standing in front of a mirror. Ask yourself, who will be happy if this happens? Me or someone else's expectations? 4. Light a leaf over a metal bowl, but remember, safety first. 5. Watch the flames consume the words. When you feel emptiness, this is the fear of losing the self attached to the goals. Relief, you've begun to separate your true desires from the imposed ones. Living goals. Life hack, reframe each goal as a state of mind. Instead of lose weight, wake up feeling light in my body. Instead of make $1 million, feel abundance even when my wallet is empty. Say each morning, I am not the goal, I am the way. Emily, a single mother, had been saving for a house for 10 years. When she burned the list, she cried, I realized the house wasn't for me. It was to prove to my ex that I wasn't a loser. A month later, she rented a cabin in the woods for the weekend. It was better than any mortgage. University of California research shows that people who focus on the process rather than the outcome are 34% happier and 20% more productive. Exercise 3, the cry of silence. How to hear the voice you're afraid to recognize as your own. Silence in Zen is not the absence of sound, but the space between thoughts. It is where your true self is. But to get there, you have to go through an inner hell. The wall of truth test 1. Stand 10 centimeters away from a blank wall, preferably white. It symbolizes purity. 2. Put your forehead against the wall and close your eyes. 3. Open your mouth and scream silently for 60 seconds. Rules. No sounds, just the tension of the ligaments. Keep your forehead against the wall. If you feel like crying, laugh. Don't fight it. 4. After completing the test, ask yourself, whose voice did I hear? A criticizing parent? A frightened child? Revelation shower. Life hack. Turn on the hot water, stand under the stream. Scream silently until the glass is completely fogged. Draw what you feel on the glass with your finger. A heart, a question mark, a face. Rinse it off with water and say, I'm letting you go. Tom, a former Marine, had been silent about the war for 15 years after Iraq. During a test, he suddenly dropped to his knees and whispered, I'm sorry. He later said, that wasn't my voice. It was the voice of the boy I was before the war. Silent screaming activates the areas of the brain responsible for repressed emotions. Neuroscientists call this a limbic reset. Exercise 4, one hand dance. How to trick the brain and stop the inner dialogue. Zen masters say, thoughts are monkeys jumping from branch to branch. To calm them down, give them a banana of absurdity. Absurd dance test 1. Stand in front of a full-length mirror. 2. Draw a spiral in the air with your right hand. Begin at the shoulder and slowly descend to the hip. 3. With your left hand, clap your thigh in a rhythm of 1 clap per 2 seconds. 4. Don't take your eyes off your reflection. Continue for 3 minutes. 5. What will happen? After 30 seconds, your thoughts will begin to jumble. After 1 minute, you'll forget what you were worried about. In the end, you'll either laugh or say, "What the heck?" Asterisk. That's what success is all about. TikTok therapy. Life hack. Make a video of this exercise. Don't post it. Just see what you look like from the outside. Repeat this for 3 days in a row. By the third day, the fear of being funny will be gone. Sophia, an Instagram perfectionist, was afraid to even let a hair down at the wrong moment. After the one-handed dance, she posted her video with the hashtag #Zen without filters. And she was inundated with messages. "You're real." She now dances this way every morning. Absurd actions disrupt patterns of neural connections, causing the brain to reboot. It's like Control-Alt-Delete for the mind. Practice 5. Shadow breathing. How to befriend the fear of death and find the eternal now. Death is not the end, but a mirror reflecting the value of each moment. Zen masters say, "He who fears death has died 1,000 times. Those who accept it live 1,000 lives." Buddha taught that the fear of death is the chain that keeps us in the prison of illusion. Break the mirror and you will see the truth. Shadow and candle test. 1. Light a candle in a darkened room. Sit so that your shadow is projected on the wall. 2. Look at your shadow and breathe in a pattern. Inhale, 4 seconds. Hold breath, 4 seconds. Exhale, 6 seconds. 3. As you exhale, say to yourself, "You are my companion, not my enemy." 4. After 5 minutes, blow out the candle. Stay in the dark. If you smile, you have accepted the shadow. If you tremble, repeat the test tomorrow. Pocket shadow. Life hack. Keep a small mirror in your wallet. Every time you find yourself thinking. Daniel, a firefighter, carried 15 people out of a fire but was afraid of falling asleep himself. During a test, he suddenly laughed in the dark. "My shadow danced like a child. Now I sleep without light." Fear of death activates the amygdala and causes panic. Long exhalations of 6 seconds each stimulate the vagus nerve, reducing anxiety by 40%, according to a Harvard study in 2020. Practice 6. The mirror of facelessness. How to see the true self behind the mask of perfection. Zen compares the face to the moon on the water. It is there, but it is not. The Buddha said, "You are not a body, not a thought, not a name. You are the silence behind everything." The modern world makes us hate the reflection, but there is a way out to break the mirror of illusions. The mask and face test. 1. Stand in front of a mirror and close your eyes. 2. Think of 3 phrases you hear most often about your appearance. For example, your nose is crooked. 3. Open your eyes, smile, and say, "This isn't me. These are someone else's eyes." 4. Repeat until you feel the mask crack. Soul mirror. Life hack. Place a sticker on your mirror with the question, "Who are you without memories?" Each morning, answer in a whisper such as, "I am the wind," or "I am silence." Maria, a beauty blogger with 1 million followers, had plastic surgery 3 times but still hated her face. After the test, she washed off her makeup on live TV. "This isn't me. This is a doll. The real me is this." 50,000 followers have since unsubscribed. But she says, "I'm free for the first time." Studies show that 70% of people project childhood trauma onto their mirror image. Rewriting the internal dialogue reduces the activity of the self-criticism zone in the brain, according to the journal Neuroimage. Practice 7. Empty hand ritual. How to let go of control and find strength in inaction. Zen says, to fill the cup, first empty it. The Buddha compared control to trying to hold water in your fist. The harder you squeeze, the faster it flows away. True power lies in the ability to open the palm of your hand. The sands of time test. 1. Pour a handful of sand or rice into the palm of your hand if there is no sand. 2. Walk around the room trying not to scatter a single grain of sand. 3. After 2 minutes, open your hands sharply. If you breathe a sigh of relief, you've got it. If you get scared, do it again, but with your eyes closed. The Liberty Coin. Life hack. Keep a coin in your pocket. Every time you catch yourself thinking, I should control this, move it from hand to hand, then drop it with the words, freedom is cheaper than a hamburger. Victor, the CEO of an IT company, led his team through a mass layoff. After a test, he gathered the employees and said, I'm out. You're on your own. A month later, profits were up 50%. I realized my role was not to manage, but to create space. Hypercontrol overloads the prefrontal cortex. Simple rituals with sand or coins activate the cerebellum, which is responsible for automatic actions, and reduce stress by 25%, according to an article in the Journal of Behavioral Neuroscience. Final, connecting. All 7 practices. These 7 steps are not an instruction manual, but a journey to yourself. Start with the practice that scares you the most. Break the clock? Burn the list? Look your shadow in the eye? The choice is yours. Remember, each step is not a change, but a return. Back to who you were before the world told you who you were supposed to be. This is the palette from which you paint your reality. Start with the most intimidating exercise. Smash a clock, burn a list, yell at the wall, pick something that makes your hands shake. Because there, behind the fear, you'll find the real you. Your mind is no longer a warehouse of old things, but an empty space. There's only room for what's important. What will you leave in there tomorrow? And yes, sometimes the wind will make waves, but now you know how to regain your peace. All you have to do is throw a stone and watch the circles dissolve into eternity. And remember, every comment you make is a stone I will throw into the ocean of your doubts. Together, we'll create a wave that will wash away all the excess. Subscribe, ring the bell, and yes, tomorrow you will be afraid again. But now you know how to fix it. If you watch the video to the end, you're not the same person you were 20 minutes ago. You're lighter, calmer, deeper. But that's just the beginning. Zen is not a destination, it's a path. And it's important to me that you don't stray from it. Your mind is not a temple. It doesn't need to be decorated. It needs to be emptied over and over again until all that is left is you.